So many times this happens with us, with all of us actually, that we are just sitting in a group of people. It could be any people, anybody, and someone said something to you, or maybe something is just being discussed or mentioned, and you get offended, you get hurt, you overreact, or you unnecessarily react sometimes. So, why does that happen? Because this actually is a very awkward behavior, and later on, you just think about it and you feel that why did you do this? Why did that happen? Why that particular thing affected you so badly, so much, so intensely? It affected you so badly because it triggered you. And triggers are something which control your emotions very intensely. This is what we are going to discuss today. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ruchi and this is a new episode. So what are triggers? And why does anyone get triggered? Triggers are those points which had a history in our mind, which, in our life basically. So if there is something which is being told to you, which is being talked about, and it had already affected you in past in whichever way, I'll tell you how. Basically, from the time we are a kid, we are so many times told many things that we didn't like, or we felt bad about, we got hurt. Also, we could not react or respond or express our feelings, when it was said, because we did not even realize it, because so many times just shock us emotionally. So many times, sometimes so many things sometimes said that it just you just hear it for the first time and you just get the shock of your life, that oh, is it like that? Like, for example, if somebody just body shamed you when it happened for the very first time, that oh, your body is like this, your eyes are like that, your nose is so imperfect, anything like that. And when you hear it for the first time, you will be shocked, because you never looked at yourself in that way. You never thought or felt like that until unless it was made you to feel like that. So there are so many such things which were told, which were mentioned, which were expressed to you in not a very good way, and they hurt you badly. They had a negative space in your mind and head, and mind and heart, and because of which and also you could not do anything about it. It's stored, it is still there, it is existing. Triggers are the example that whatever is triggering you is existing in your head. It has got a home in your body, and you need to empty that space, you need to clear that space, because this is very important. I'll tell you why. Triggers control you. Triggers control your behavior, your emotions, your mind. So your moods, it controls a lot of things, and it affects, because the things which are controlling you are affecting your life, affecting your work, affecting your relationships, everything. And it can ruin things for you. So for sake of yourself, your own health, your own benefit, you need to work on this thing. You need to clear that space, you need to work on your triggers. So you cannot control what is being talked around you. Okay, you cannot control what people are thinking, talking, and mentioning. Yes, of course, if you don't need to hear or entertain any negative stuff, definitely if something is like that which you don't like, you can always mention, and you can always create a boundary with such people. But at the same time, you need to work on yourself. So when you see things triggering you badly, when you see things affecting you intensely, it is always and always about yourself, your mind. You need to work on yourself. Also, if you find people triggering you or intentionally doing something like that, you can definitely create a boundary, and you don't need to live in that kind of space. This is very, very, very much required for your own sake, for your own mental health. One more thing, that sometimes also, if you want something and you don't have it, your insecurities trigger you. Like, for example, if you see someone who's very positive, who's very high energy person, and you are not that positive about your life or yourself, then you will get triggered by that person's positivity. So such things can also trigger you, but this is not wrong about that person, this is wrong about you. Not everybody can like and love themselves, not everybody thinks good for themselves. So when you have people like that, that you want to be, you want to have the qualities that they already have, you know, you want to be like them, you want to live life like them. If you find people bold and they take their decisions very well and they live the life the way, like, they want to, and maybe that also can trigger you because you want that but you are not able to do that, you are incapable of doing this, or you have never done this maybe. So then again this will trigger you. You might will get triggered with someone's happy relationship, with someone's happy life. So such things also trigger people when they are in a bad space or they are in a dark space. So when such things trigger you, what you need to do is you just need to figure out and you just need to watch that what is triggering you about the situation. When you can see clearly that it's not about the other person, it's not about what the person is doing or whatever, but it's about you, it's all about you, and you need to literally get into deep and understand. So how can you now work on triggers? Triggers are majorly, as I told you, that they are the memories, they are the traumas, bad experiences, hurtful experiences which happened sometimes, like, sometime in past with you and you could not help it, but you have them in your body still, you have them in your mind and heart still. So you need to go back to the place where they originated, where they started. If somebody ever treated you wrongly, triggers also happen. It is not about that only somebody body shamed or said something bad, or said some remark about you, your padhai likhai, your education, your family, your looks, anything. It can also be something that you were treated wrongly, you were, people misbehaved with you, and you are like humiliated in a public forum, social forum, anyway. If even if you were a 4 years old kid and somebody mistreated you, somebody humiliated you or tried to, who says that a 4 year old cannot be humiliated? There are a lot of people who say that, oh, बच्चे की क्या है, बच्चों को क्या ही लग जाएगा, बच्चों को बहुत कुछ लग जाता है, and I think ज़्यादा intensely लग जाता है. And this comparison I find very bad, because in that comparison people happen to speak so many things which are very hurtful, which are very bad. Like, why to compare to people ever? So like that, if you were compared constantly in your childhood, if you were like, uh, you were said to be competitive with people, that you need to be ahead of this, ahead of that, you need to be better than this, better than that. All these things are bad things. They give you negative thinking, they give you negative feeling, and they have, like, they have been a trauma in your life, in your head. And when such things ever repeat in front of you, around you, as an adult, it triggers you. It triggers you really bad. And not necessarily it has happened with you only, it could have happened with someone very dear to you, someone you were close with, emotionally connected with, and still it can trigger you. So point is, you need to, trigger is like what, it is like a ek uljha hua topic, something which is not sorted, it is just messed up. Now how you can work on your trigger is, you need to go back उस चीज के पास, और वो जितना उलझा है, जितना messed up है, you need to clear it up, you need to sort it up. Like for example, you need to talk to yourself. Probably you might will not get same people who created that trauma in your life, but you have yourself, and that is enough. So you need to go back, sit with yourself, and think about it, really focus that why is this particular thing triggering you, why is that thing triggering you. So you need to go back to your past experiences, you need to go back to the point where it started, and then you have to talk to yourself, you need to sort this out, that okay, somebody might have body shamed you, somebody might have compared you with other, but it was not your fault ever, it was other people's fault. Now you can do it as an adult. Now you know that you have to upgrade your thinking, you have to understand the things in the right references, and you can do this. And once you get the clarity on the subject, your triggers can be sorted. This is one of the very strong thing about healing, that you need to heal your triggers, you need to heal your traumas, and then triggers will stop. Triggers could happen for whichever reason, and like, not necessarily that always you are triggered because of others only, or you are traumatized because of others. It could be any sort of experience, direct or indirect, just that you need to go back to the traumas, you just need to visit them again. You can't avoid them. If you think कि आप trigger जहाँ पे हो रहे हो वहाँ से भागते रहोगे, और भागने से आपके ट्रिगर वाला प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाएगा, मे बी नो, इट विल नॉट हैपन, इट विल कीप हैपनिंग. आप कितना भागोगे, आप कितने लोगों को कंट्रोल करोगे, बिकॉज हाउ एंड इन वॉट ऑल वेज यू कैन गेट ट्रिगर्ड, you can't plan it, you can't imagine it. So the only solution, see, you have to solve a problem from the root, and the only way to solve it is you need to work on your trigger, you need to solve your trigger, you need to clean that space in your head and heart, you need to clear that trauma, and that's the only way. Sometimes the hurt is still there, you cannot erase it, sometimes it's so deep you can't erase it, but then you have to make peace with it. You need to make yourself understand that okay, it happened, it hurt, and it still hurts, but I need to understand so that new things cannot trigger me, so that now life and triggers cannot control me, and they cannot affect me emotionally so badly, because if they affect you emotionally, it can be really dangerous for your current situation, your current present life, and your present relationships. So you need to solve your triggers for your present life, for your present situation, for your working, for your everything actually, because it's very important for your mental health, and that's the only way you can work on it. So I just wanted to talk about triggers because I really feel that it is something very important for each and every one of us. We all have some or the other sort of triggers. Nobody's away from it. कोई कुछ भी कहता रहे, but nobody's away from it. You just need to get back, and you need to work on yourself. You need to figure it out, and you need to solve the triggers. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for being here. Take care, love you, and see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.